What is the best Tolkien adaptation? Let's find out. Where's hi everybody, and welcome to another video. In the day and age of adaptations after adaptation after adaptation of various works of art and source materials that we love so much, my dear friends, it is time for European law to tell you what the best adaptation is. Well, not really, because these things are highly subjective, aren't they? And that is why I'm only going to provide you with my favorite kind of adaptation, my favorite adaptation of that which was written by Professor Tolkien, one of my all-time favorite authors. And I'm not even sure if we can talk about adaptations rather than inspirations or visualizations of the events and characters and places that Tolkien wrote. And it is the paintings, my dear friends, the illustrations that we can find in various places, such as in the illustrated editions of Tolkien books, and calendars, and in portfolios, and even in many a gallery all over the world. And I have always been fascinated by illustrations in books, although it is not something that I would require, something that I would need. I'm fine with my own imagination. And before we get into it, and just before that, this is not a list of like my favorite Tolkien illustrators. I'm just providing a couple of examples in this video because there are so many of them. Each and every one of them has his or her own specific style, and it just brings me pleasure to look at those pictures, look at those paintings, whether I find them in some of the editions of my books or I just look for them on the internet. Before we get to that, please do let me know in the comments down below, my dear friend. Do you like any adaptations of Tolkien's works? Now, if you've been following my channel for quite some time, you know that I'm not very much fond of film adaptations or video game adaptations or TV show adaptations, adaptations in general. I love the original work of art. I just love the source material. And that is why I debated at the beginning of the video. Is it an adaptation? No, it's not really. Paintings don't really count. But it makes a very nice title of a video that will surely attract a click or two. So this is just me talking about Tolkien art and the fact that I appreciate a skilled artist who is a master with paint or brush or pencil or marker, whatever you want to use to express your creativity, and you being inspired by the works of the professor that we all love so much. But you, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. What do you like the most? Do you like some of the films by Peter Jackson? Do you like possibly the graphic novel adaptation that I reviewed on this channel, and even have an interview with the man who adapted it into the graphic novel format, Chuck Dixon? Do you like the music that was inspired by his works, like songs by the band Blind Guardian? Let me know in the comments down below. Or you might even like some of the video games or board games, card games, whatever. I love the paintings. Whether you like Alan Lee or John Howe, this is a famous painting right here. Quite controversial lately, since it is very fashionable to discuss Balrog's wings. But I will leave that to you. I will leave this kind of discussion to you at this point. I have made a couple of videos about Balrogs and wings. Should you wish to check them out, you can find them on my channel. Or if you like the Hildebrand brothers. Now, this painting right here has become worldwide famous. And I think that when somebody is imagining Tom Bombadil in their mind, if they don't have their own interpretation of the character, they see this bloke here from the painting, or from the Hildebrand brothers. Now, they have been around for a very, very long time as Tolkien illustrators. This comes from 1976 calendar. They have been making Tolkien calendars every year since basically, must have been for more than 40 years now. Unfortunately, I do not own all of them. I don't even own half of them, but I am sure I can find a couple of old Tolkien calendars somewhere in my drawer. It is one of those things that are very good for art aficionados. If you don't want to spend too much money on expensive prints or even originals, those calendars, the printings are very often good reproductions, quality reproductions on a quality paper that you can hang on your wall in your office or in your living room and look at a different picture each and every single month. Or whether we are talking about some of the less known illustrators, such as Tove Jansson, the creator of Moomins and the writer of Moomins and the illustrator of Moomins. She famously illustrated the Finnish edition, and I think that even the Swedish edition of The Hobbit. Anyway, they used her illustrations in the Swedish and the Finnish editions of The Hobbit, or There and Back Again. And because I love Tove Jansson so much, I grew up reading and watching Moomins. I love seeing her work in other works of art, such as The Hobbit, seeing that, her art style that I love so much from the Moomins being here reproduced, honoring the works of the professor, or whether you venture something into what virtually nobody knows about. Like, this is the first Czech edition, I think, of The Hobbit, from the 1970s. Yeah, and this is a very, very stylized drawing that I'm sure not everybody will like, but it is cute for what it is. And a lot of kids' books were illustrated this way in the 70s in the Czech Republic. So it's also like a historical document, documenting the art style or popular kids' book art style of the 1970s. I'm wondering, I think this came out after Tolkien died. I'm wondering what he would have thought about this. Right, so not specifically, not adaptations per se, but let us say that this is that which Tolkien was writing about and talking about when he was talking about the other minds and hands that will be inspired by his mythology. This is what I imagine when I'm reading the quote: taking a brush, taking a pen, taking a pencil, and just make his world come alive in a visual art form. So let me know in the comments down below what you think and what your favorite are. And that will be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.